She is not ignoring you. She is responding to the energy you are broadcasting without saying a word. If you want to spark desire, you must first understand this. Attraction is never chased. It is triggered. Most men try to impress a woman with words, attention, or constant availability. But desire does not grow in pressure. It grows in polarity. It grows in contrast. It grows when a woman feels emotional safety and mystery at the same time. Let me be clear. This is not about manipulation. It is about psychology. When a woman feels that a man is grounded in his own life, values, and direction, something shifts inside her nervous system. She begins to feel curiosity, and curiosity is the doorway to desire. If you are always trying to prove your worth, you are communicating uncertainty, and uncertainty lowers attraction. But when you calmly occupy your space, when you speak less and observe more, you create intrigue. Women are highly attuned to emotional stability. They notice tone, pacing, eye contact, and consistency. Not perfection, consistency. Desire begins when she senses that you are not seeking validation from her. You are choosing to engage with her. That subtle difference changes everything. From this moment forward, stop asking, "How do I make her like me?" Start asking, "How do I become a man who naturally evokes interest?" Because attraction is not something you force, it is something you embody. Desire grows in emotional space. If you are always available, always replying instantly, always explaining yourself, you remove space. And without space, there is no anticipation. Without anticipation, there is no tension. Without tension, desire struggles to breathe. Many men believe intensity creates attraction. In reality, calm confidence does. When you speak, do so with intention. When you listen, do so fully. When you leave a conversation, leave it while it still feels good. Do not overextend yourself trying to keep it alive. Attraction strengthens when interaction feels meaningful, not endless. Another truth most men overlook: women are drawn to direction. If your life has structure, goals, discipline, growth, that energy is felt. A woman does not need your perfection. She needs to sense momentum. Progress is attractive. Stagnation is not. You do not spark desire by convincing her. You spark desire by being emotionally steady and self-contained. When she feels that you are not dependent on her approval, she experiences something powerful: respect. And respect often precedes attraction. This does not mean coldness. It means balance, warmth without neediness, interest without pressure, presence without pursuit. When a woman senses that your attention is earned through connection, not given away freely to anyone, she begins to value it differently. And value creates desire, not because you demanded it, but because you demonstrated it. Now listen carefully, because this is where most men misunderstand attraction. You do not spark desire by trying harder. You spark desire by creating emotional contrast. If every interaction feels predictable, safe, and neutral, there is no tension. Desire requires subtle unpredictability, not chaos, but depth. A woman is drawn to a man who has layers, someone who is not emotionally reactive, someone who does not crumble under silence, delay, or uncertainty. When you stay calm in situations that would normally trigger insecurity, you signal strength. Emotional regulation is powerful. It communicates maturity, and maturity is deeply attractive. Another critical factor: boundaries. Men who lack boundaries often overgive. They try to please, agree, and accommodate at the cost of their own standards. But boundaries create respect, and respect is the foundation of long-term attraction. When you calmly express what works for you, without anger, without drama, you elevate your presence. You show that you value yourself. And here is something few people talk about. Women often test emotional consistency, not to play games, but to assess stability. When you respond with grounded confidence instead of defensiveness, you pass that test naturally. Desire increases when she feels she is with a man who leads himself. Leadership is not control, it is self-direction. When she sees that you are not swayed by every mood, every signal, every uncertainty, she feels secure. And security allows attraction to deepen. Calm strength is magnetic, not loud strength, not desperate strength, calm strength. If you truly want to spark desire, understand this final principle. Women are attracted to emotional experience, not just physical presence. It is not about trying to impress her with status or words. It is about how she feels around you. Do you create laughter? Do you create ease? Do you create curiosity? Do you create emotional rhythm? Desire often grows when a woman feels a mix of comfort and excitement. Too much comfort becomes routine. Too much intensity becomes pressure. The balance is what builds anticipation. You do this by being grounded, playful, and self-assured, by not over-explaining, by not chasing reassurance, by allowing moments of silence without panic. Silence, when comfortable, signals confidence. Also remember, attraction responds to self-respect. When you take care of your health, your mindset, your appearance, and your goals, you communicate value without saying a word. Discipline is attractive, stability is attractive, growth is attractive. And here is something powerful. When you are willing to walk away from what does not align with your standards, your presence becomes more valuable, not because you threaten loss, but because you understand your worth. Desire cannot be demanded. It emerges when a woman feels curiosity, respect, emotional safety, and subtle tension at the same time. Be centered, be consistent, be intentional. Now I want you to reflect on this. If attraction is equal to confidence, plus emotional space, plus self-respect, which one are you strongest in? And which one needs work? Write your answer in the comments. If this helped you see attraction differently, like the video, subscribe for more psychology-driven insights, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this.